Yo.
So we're gonna
get what's up, big dog?
We're gonna get cranked up in a couple seconds.
Give me about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna bring you in. All right. Hold on.
It's yours. I'm holding it for you.
Yes, sir. We back. Episode 36 of the Organ Brothers podcast. It's Mardi Gras season, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all didn't know about the opening song, too bad I can't be home. But man, it's all good, bro. You know, it's definitely good to be on another episode. We got a special guest today.
Man, he ain't no guest, man.
Nah, he's a guest, dog. We got a special guest in the building. This guy is a legend at Grambling State University. This gentleman broke all the records in the swag. He's phenomenal, man, and he's doing the big things up in New York. We got Grambling State University former quarterback legend Bruce Eugene on the line. Yo, Bruce, you on the line, bro? What's up, big dog?
Man, everything cool, man. What's good with you? Hey, man, why your boy did you like the Ric Flair of the WCW, WWF, all of that, NWA? You know, you ain't no guest. You part of the team, so I don't even know why he did you like that.
Man, you gotta give people their flowers, man. You know, people forget how cold Bruce was, though.
But you act like Bruce only been on the show. This is his first time. Bruce, listen, Bruce, I know Bruce from being on the show with him, and you know, he hanging out with us. Bruce don't have to say nothing.
True that. But you got to think about, what if somebody new listening and like, man, who is this Bruce guy?
I give
you know what I'm saying, bro?
I give you that.
These unprofessional people, Bruce, bro. You just don't know, bro. But it's all good, man. Listen, bro, we're going to get right into it, bro. Grambling has made some big news over the last few months. Hue Jackson is the new head coach at Grambling State University. And, you know, we've talked about it a few times, but now that we got Bruce on the line for the first time in a while, we want to, you know, what you thought about it. You know, Grambling is making headline news right now. So first, Bruce, you know, just what you thought about the Hue Jackson hire, just overall for the school and, you know, his staff that he's, you know, building. What's your thoughts? Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yes. But what's your expectation for Hugh this year? He signed damn near a whole new team, right? He's bringing in a lot of quarterbacks. Your former quarterback Noah Bolden is still there. What's your expectation of Hugh in his first year? Yeah. Yep. Facts.
So Bruce, do you think now with the things going on with Flores and uh, and Hugh is saying what he's saying that he backed Flores and do you think he would ever leave? Do you think Hugh would leave Grambling now that he's in a situation with Flores backing him, saying he had the same situation or so things similar happened to him in Cleveland? Do you think Hue Jackson is there for the long haul?
Mm-hmm.
But do you, but do you think since Hugh has been in the NFL for a certain amount of years, and he's made his money, he's had decent contracts. Do you think he would be willing to leave? What do you say? So Bruce, do you think he would leave, even though he's made a lot of money being an NFL coach, being a coordinator, and all of that? You don't even with that, even with the money he's made being an NFL coach, do you still think that he would leave if something else come better? Because technically he really don't. I don't think Hugh really needs the money. Yeah. Okay.
Facts.
Gotcha. 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 Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
You just another guy. He's just another guy. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Most definitely. So while you say that, what do you think of the Art Briles hire? Like you said, you were in the running first time. So you feel like you were in the running again, but he goes left and go with Art Briles. What you thought about that hire? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And I feel you. I feel you on it. I think a lot of times people get mad because they see, other coaches do the same thing, bring their boys on, and they boys get the money, and they sit in good situations, and then they move on to bigger and better things. And I think sometimes we forget, like, hey, it's a lot of good, talented coaches out here. And if you don't give them a chance, how you expect them to be better coaches when they get where they need to be? Yeah. And Bruce, I do agree with you on that. And I think we lose sight of that because there's a lot of recycling everywhere. And, you got to give these young coaches a chance. And if you don't, then, what do you expect these kids to do? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids, it's the same old song everywhere. He been here, he been there. But then you got like up and coming coaches where they don't even get a chance.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And it's tough. And I think that's where a lot of these coaches need to open their minds and say, you know what? We got to bring somebody in to adapt to these kids. You know what I'm saying? Bring people, even with the social media and all that. Because a lot of, some of us on social media, but we learning to adapt. But if you keep bringing in older people and we keep recycling, these kids will never hear a new voice. And I think that's big.
Yeah, but do you think it was the lack of experience from like on coaching on the college level that may have the reason why he wanted to go with more experienced guy? Do you think it was like a lack of experience, for you as far as not coaching on the college level much? Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And especially what you just said, you have like 200 kids and you're 7-on-7, and why are you not a recruiting coordinator? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But do you like to just go back on that? Do you think a lot of people sometimes he may be thinking this? If I'm gonna go down with this ship, I'm gonna go down with my guys and not, former Grambling cats or cats that was a hookup, that relationship type thing. Do you think he may be thinking that? Right. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And at the same time, give him a legit opportunity. Now, I ain't talking about no opportunity where you just throw him in there and after 30 days you just fire him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let him put in the work for 2 or 3 years. Because most times you're getting your feet wet in the first 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You understanding the job, you figuring it out. You know what areas to recruit or what you're gonna be doing, the personalities you got to deal with, and after about year 4, you know, okay, if you ain't getting it done by year 4 or 5, then okay, then I might have to move on to somebody else. But I'm not saying when you give somebody a job, you don't just give them a job in this kind of arena for 1 or 2 years, because guess what? You're dealing with different personalities. You're bringing in new people all the time. People are leaving, so you gotta at least give a person at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they got a whip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
Carl got D1 talent around that bitch.
New Orleans.
Yeah, they stay a lot of them out of state. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not many.
You got that right. You got that right.
And look, when you coming from a big city and you coming living in Grambling, bro, it's like a culture shock, dog. Even coming from New Orleans to Grambling, it was a culture shock. Yeah.
I hear it's totally different.
And you far away from home too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta win home. Yeah, you gotta win that little area, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those deaf.
True.
Yeah, yeah,
But you Yeah, and you need a guy from New Orleans, a hometown guy, to fill that void, to get them kids that to come there, especially when you got a lot of a couple of high schools down there that got a whip, that you can bring them kids in and say, hey, look, this is the place you need to be. You know, we in the SWAC, it's a tough conference. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what, not just Grambling, but I think a lot of these HBCU need is people coming back and to help and in the program for guys like you said who don't walk the halls, who done did the time, who done cried on each other's shoulder, and went to war with each other on an everyday basis. And I think that's how you build back the HBCUs.
yeah,
A lot of these guys who have left HBCUs and went other places, I think if you're not working and if you're a coach and you're a high school coach, go back. I think that would make it a lot better if they were to go back, fill that void, and now the relationship that you built, that the people that you know in the cities and other coaching areas, now you can expand to these other areas, not just in your hometown, but everywhere. And like Bruce said, you got New York, you got New Orleans, you've been up and down the East Coast, you done built relationships.
yeah. Let's talk about it.
Hey Bruce.
So let's talk about Doug Williams right now.
Hey,
Since you brought that up, Bruce.
Hey Bruce.
I'm gonna let you go first, Bruce. You know Doug like way more than I do in any most Grammy nights. What was your thoughts on his comments saying is it based on the hire or is it based on Grambling didn't hire someone he may have recommended? What's your thoughts on that? Okay.
Yeah.
Hello? Did we lose him? Bruce, you still on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bruce. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, but Bruce, this is my thing with that though, Bruce. If you're a true Grambling fan and you're a true member of the family of Grambling State University, I have an issue with Doug. And this is my issue with Doug. You said you don't condone Art Briles or whatever the things he did at Grambling, right? I mean, did at Baylor. Well, you condoning what Snyder doing. You still working for him with Daniel Snyder, dealing with women. You're not leaving that job. He's condoning it, Bruce. Bruce, he's condoning it because he's still working for him. You gonna? No. It's been founded on Snyder. That's why it's up in Congress right now. That's why it's up in Congress. It's been founded. It's been founded. They just don't want to release the papers. This is what I'm saying to you. So okay. Yeah, you're innocent to prove it. So Art Briles, what did they find on Art Briles? So let me ask you a question. Did anybody in that situation go to jail? And hold on. How many people went to jail? One or two. How many went to jail? Okay, so now hold on. We know for a fact that Daniel Snyder did what he did because he paid out the money. So if you're going to condone, if you got an issue with Art Briles, you should have an issue with Daniel Snyder. And for you to say that you don't want no dealings with your school, come on, bruh. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. Because, but this is the thing. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Think about this. Like I said, we'll talk more off record.
Yeah.
It's something I want to say I can't say.
Got you. I'm with you.
We'll talk more off record. But in this is here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Grambling has been moving. Grambling has been moving and everything else because of Shaq is done.
But Bruce, this is the thing. If you a true Grambling guy, whether it happened, whether it went your way or not, you just gonna disown the school?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. That's to me, that's too extreme. So because you're not getting your way in a situation, sometimes I don't care how great Doug Williams were. I don't care how much. Listen, bro. At the end of the day, that's the school you went to. It's not gonna go your way all the time. It's just not. And at the end of the day, you done with the school. With Doug. You over here playing pity pat with Daniel Snyder. You know what I'm saying? So you should be done with that. You should leave the Washington Commanders. But guess what? But this is the thing. But hold on, Bruce. Even if his money is going to Grambling, well, guess what? You still condoning. You're a hypocrite because you're talking out both sides of your mouth. On one end, you get mad at Art Briles, but it's okay because you're getting the money from Daniel Snyder to go to Grambling. Come on, bro. Be a real dude. If you're gonna be a real dude, Doug, be a real dude and just say, you know what? I'm done with both. That would show me that you being a real dude. I don't care how much money this dude got. You be a real dude and just say, yo, you know what? I can't stay because I don't condone neither one. But when you don't condone you don't condone one, but you're okay with the other because the man giving you money, I have a big problem with you. That's what I'm saying. Because if he don't make that statement, if he don't make the statement, he's like, you know what? I have an issue with the Briles hire, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, cool. If you say that.
But it looks bad on Doug regardless.
Exactly.
Bro, my mom always told me, bro, you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you don't kill, but you don't do your school. I don't
He
care.
pouting, dog.
Yeah, I don't care who
He
hired.
pouting, bro.
I don't care who you hire. Listen. At the end of the day, there's plenty of people that gotten hired at
you don't
different
like.
schools that you don't like.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't turn away from your school. There's plenty of HBCUs that hated the hire that they got, but you never hear none of the players. I'm gonna turn away from the school. Like, I'm just done with the school. Like, come on, bro. That's just being petty.
But that's the better way to handle it behind the scenes and not put it on blast. Because now you got national news talking about this situation. The great legend Doug Williams now pulling and saying he's done with the school. But bro, Doug got a checkered past too. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? So why can't Art Briles now have a second opportunity?
But that's everybody though, Bruce.
It happens, dog. It's gonna happen, right? But one thing I know, when you start winning, and he keep his nose clean, Art Briles, nobody is gonna talk about this a year or two from now. Nobody's gonna bring this up.
Well, Bruce,
I feel that,
Bruce,
bro.
I get where you coming from. I mean, I understand where you coming from. I can understand you feeling that way. But Doug, no. I don't. No, I just don't get it.
Doug got a pocket, dog.
You, I understand without question because you feel like guys like you who have very intelligent football minds don't get a chance. So your part of the piece, yes, I get it fully. But Doug, nah. Hell nah, because you're not gonna shake my hand and kick me in the butt at the same time. You just can't do both. You just can't do it.
What? Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got you.
And then, and at the end of the day, whether the hire works, whether he works or not, it's on the AD and it's on the president because they signed off on it at the end of the day. And I think as Grambling fans, bro, this is the most excitement probably we didn't have since you was there. You know what I'm saying? Like the enthusiasm that the program has is phenomenal right now. But True, and that needs to change. That needs to change. But you speaking from playing there, you can easily say that. But for somebody on the outside looking in, he was probably looking at like, I'm trying to create my own legacy here at Grambling. And it's great to have the former players involved, which everything I've seen on social media, he wants that to happen. And it just, go ahead. True, I get it. I totally understand. Like, we talked offline, but like I told you, your time is coming, though. Like, it's just a small blip in. Go ahead. Yeah. True. Absolutely.
So let me ask you this, Bruce. Let's say after this year, somebody else leave a position at Grambling, would you reapply?
Probably, but even now, even now, say if I left, they didn't open it up. He just went to our route. I reached out to him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was second in line behind that.
And what was his answer? Well, we talk offline. We can talk offline. Yeah, we can talk offline. So I would say this. I would imagine, and I could be wrong, you know, 'cause I'm not a Grambling person, you know, but I would imagine, I would think after see how this year goes, and if it's smooth or if it's rocky, I would think that Hue will hire a Grambling person, because like you said, like we talked about earlier, he's going to need somebody to fill that void, like you said, in New Orleans and around the little smaller cities in Louisiana to get players to come to Grambling. Because like you said, the kids from California, the way y'all talking, when they see it, they can be like, man, look, this ain't for me. Like, I'm too far away from home, and this ain't where it is. So I do believe he's gonna have to make ways to get guys, you know, who went to Grambling, who played at Grambling, on his staff. I just do believe that.
Come on, man. You guys, come on, man. Don't say that like that, man. Facts.
Yeah.
So you going to the spring game? You going to the spring game, or y'all got 707? Okay. When y'all coming to DC? Is that the weekend you coming to DC?
What weekend is it?
April 2nd weekend. Oh yeah, we in there. Yeah, we're gonna be there. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna be
I
out there.
come
We're
there
gonna probably we should do the show out there.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
that makes sense.
If we can get some power, we might do the show out there. But yeah, we definitely gonna be out there regardless.
Yeah.
But man, before we get out of here, Bruce, I want you saw the Super Bowl. What was your thoughts on the QB play the Super Bowl before we get you out of here? Yeah. Joe Burrow and Stafford.
Like I said.
Okay.
Well, hold on, Bruce. Let me ask you this. Do you think by them not moving Chase around a lot? This is just a part two. This is the second part to that question. Do you think they should have moved Chase around, which made them struggle throughout the game on offense? Okay. Boy. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, he was playing. He played a horrible game. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, bro.
Overrated, man. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was 6.
Mm-hmm. It was touchdown.
Yeah, that was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, tripping.
Well, let me ask this question. Do you think Mixon should have been in instead of P. Ryan? Gotcha.
Yeah. That's that QB talk. Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Yeah, P. Ryan was tipping anyway. Yeah.
So Bruce, do you think they should have went to a lot more bunch sets like they did with Kansas City, like put Chase in the middle and just like run, you know, get them out the way, like clear space for them? Gotcha. Because they did it against Kansas City, and then when it came to the Rams, it's like they didn't even try to like put them in the bunch formation to, you know, change up the route tree or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we got one big question for you, and we talked about this last week. Your man from the Rams, the QB, is he a Hall of Famer? Is Stafford a Hall of Famer? Okay.
All right. Is it because of the championship, or he would have got in regardless because of the numbers? Okay. Yeah. Bet. So last one, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's. Yeah. So since we talking QB talk real quick, one last thing before I get you out of here, and you can talk about the 7-on-7 stuff you got. Aaron Rodgers, do he retire or actually, or do he go back to the Packers, or he want to trade to another team? What do you think he's gonna do? Okay. What teams you think will be good for him? Yeah, what team you think he will try to go to try to win? Okay. Yeah, they got some young dynamic talent at receivers too.
Mm-hmm. But do you think he want that smoke in that AFC?
Yeah, true that.
Because you got Burrow, you got Lamar, you got Pat Mahomes. Depending what Pittsburgh gonna do, you got Josh Allen. You know, you got Herbert. You got Derek Carr, who's playing well. I mean, you going in that AFC. It ain't gonna be sweet over there.
That's a gauntlet, boy. He ain't the Aaron Rodgers of 10 years ago. But yeah, man, Bruce, like I said, bro, it's always a pleasure getting on, bro. Talk about your 7-on-7 that you got going on. That's a good look. Boy, y'all all over the place, boy.
Yeah, for real, y'all getting it. Oh,
boy, don't let them kids go out, bro. You don't go out either. Champion, we gotta get this check, dog.
Hey, please stay away from that. Coachella, oh my God.
Be out there, lose your mind.
Hey,
dog.
what age group you got? Ooh, yeah, you know they at that age now, yes sir.
But yeah, but it's all good, man. But you welcome back anytime, dog. You know, much success to the 7-on-7 team.
Yes sir.
But much success to you. That coaching job coming, dog. It's coming to you, big dog. All right, bro. You have a good one, dog.
All right, big dog.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yes sir. That was very enlightening.
Yeah, as a former, athlete at Grambling, bro, and I'm sure it's tough.
Oh yeah.
And we always talk about it. NFL coaches talk about it too. Like, how can they get their chance?
Yeah.
If somebody don't give you an opportunity, you'll never get your opportunity to, live your coaching dreams at the college level, at the pro level.
And I think, with Bruce being the guy that he is, and he's been up and down the East Coast, across the United States with his 7-on-7, and coaching football the way he's been coaching, and being a former quarterback, being a former player in the swag, a Grambling guy. At the end of the day, I think Hue should have made room for him.
Yeah.
And even if it's recruiting coordinator, that's big, because recruiting is one of the biggest things of how you get your team back on the map. And being from where he's from, New Orleans, he know the little small town where a lot of guys who don't get looked at have to go D2 or D3, where he can go in there and talk to the moms and the dads, and sit down in the living room and say, hey, Grambling is the place your kid needs to be.
Right.
And he has talent. And I'm pretty sure for everything he's been doing, he has an eye for talent.
Yeah.
He has an eye for talent. He wasn't a great quarterback for nothing at Grambling.
Thanks.
So he has to have a great football IQ. I'm pretty sure he knows talent, can see talent better than a lot of people see it today.
Yeah.
So I just think that, hopefully down the line, Hue can find some room for him, because eventually he's going to need him.
Yeah, you got, and like I said, in coaching, man, it's just in life. It's
Yes.
about networks, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
It's about not what you know, it's who you know.
Yep.
You get more places by knowing somebody that knows somebody that give you a connection, and you build on that relationship.
Exactly.
I like what Grambling is doing. Do we need some Grambling nights on the campus, on the staff, or just being involved heavily? Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. You can't dominate the state and the region area by not having those resources. Especially in New Orleans, we got at least 2 or 3 big time coaches that played football like Grambling. It ain't just like they went to Grambling; they played football like Grambling.
Yes.
So like I said, like I told Bruce, man, your time coming. It's a small blip in the radar. You didn't get it this time, but you never know what the future will hold. And I think his opportunity will come, and it will come soon.
But you know what? I a lot of times I have issues with that, because you keep telling somebody your time is coming. Like, people get fed up with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so many jobs out here, and it's so many coaches being recycled, and you still getting the same thing from them. You know what I'm saying? You're getting the same rule of thumb. And I'm like, hey, it's other people out here. It's okay. Coaches across America, high school, pro, whatever, college, it's okay to hire younger guys, because guess what? A lot of these younger guys can relate to these guys who just coming in.
Yeah.
And you have to give them a chance. If you don't give these guys a chance, how you expect to get better? Or how you expect them to get better?
Yeah.
If you don't give people a chance, nobody knows how great somebody can be if you don't give them a chance.
But Brown, he got a whip though, boy.
Yeah, so I mean, listen,
I'm looking forward to that offense, dog.
at the end of the day, our Briles know if this don't work out, him and Hughes gonna catch fire.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna be fire
As
up
they
under
should.
them, as they should. So at the end
Well,
of
it
the
ain't
day,
so much that it don't work out. I think if he has any more issues off the field, then that's the issue. Man, fuck. They might not win a game next year. Who knows? Bob Brown might be one of the worst offensive coordinators ever. Who knows?
yeah,
Right? But at the end of the day, his track record, bro, is amazing.
yeah.
He built Baylor.
He turned Baylor around. I remember back in the day,
Bro,
the
he
Baylor
built Baylor
Bears.
Stadium.
Exactly.
Right? So, Hugh may be banking on the relationships of that oil money in Texas.
Exactly.
And just looking on Twitter, people support Art Briles. And people some people in Grambling was like, man, look, we need some of y'all Baylor alums at the games.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure Art Briles gonna be tapping into his relationships
Exactly.
as well to, help better Grambling from a facility standpoint. I was talking to my boy the other night. He was like, he was spending his own money revamping the locker room and things of that nature, and bringing in NIL deals. And, we got a Grambling alum in the NASCAR racing. The Greg Biffle had his car in the Daytona 500.
that's big.
Like, it's huge, bro. And to say it, bro, I mean, Hugh is having that impact.
But you know
unfortunately.
But you know what? People always looking to complain.
Bro.
People always complaining. If they don't like something to go their way, and you're human, people human, we do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it comes down to this. If Grambling winning,
Bro,
nobody's saying nothing.
Man, nobody don't care about a G-Man and all that. Bro, this man has done more in 2 months, bro, than probably some coaches and administration have done in decades.
Exactly. For a school.
Decades.
For a school that he never attended.
Yeah, bro, like he has no ties, but you hope that, his NFL pedigree, his relationships, and it just builds on that to help better the university.
And what people don't realize, sometimes you need an outside voice.
Facts.
You need an outside voice. When you've been getting the same people, oh, well, he didn't go to Grambling, so he shouldn't be the coach. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Because at the end of the day, you keep getting these guys who went to Grambling. You need somebody outside of that sometimes. And sometimes, let's say Hue is successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he was successful. Well, people are complaining that he's not a Grambling guy. Well, last I checked, Dion wasn't a Jackson State guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't a Jackson State guy. But guess what? They selling out.
Yeah.
They winning. They got smashed by South Carolina State. Pick up the South Carolina State. But at the end of the day, guess what? He got them on the map.
Yeah.
He got money funneling in to Mississippi, to Jackson State.
Yeah.
People are watching Jackson State on TV, where, like y'all say all the time, Jackson State was at the bottom of the barrel.
Bro, them boys was some shit.
They was at the bottom of the barrel. So sometimes
them boys were, them boys, when you look at the schedule,
yeah,
and you see homecoming always be the worst team, bro. That's how J State was, dog. Them boys was almost to the point not even relevant.
And that's what I'm saying.
And they're a powerful school, and you can see when you're winning and you got the type of coach that has like the pizzazz, and when you're winning like Dion and winning, people gonna support.
Exactly, without question.
And bro, that Elkhorn game, it was like almost more people at that game than shit the NFL game.
Exactly.
So it's gonna be interesting in the next few months, bro. In the fall, I can't wait. The spring game, the pivot is supposed to, be at the game. So we getting a lot of pub, man, and we just hope that this Briles situation don't put a black cloud over Grambling State University. I love the hire. Because the dude track record is amazing. If I'm a quarterback, you gotta love what he did.
Exactly. He built Baylor. He built Baylor from
nothing to something.
From nothing to something. And from what he's done, they're still carrying that tradition because they still winning 10 and 11 games ever since he's left. Yeah. So he put the foundation there. As for Doug, go.
Yeah,
Grambling, Grambling, listen to me. I'm not a Grambling alum. But I'll tell you what, for him to come out and say, and everybody say the great Doug Williams, blah, 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 listen, if Doug is done with the school, take his stuff down. Take his jersey, take his nameplate. Me personally, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't get your way, then you want to get all of a sudden in your feelings. Doug, you can't pout on one end and be a hypocrite on the bro, you're mad, but you're still dealing with Daniel Snyder. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, and it's known facts about Daniel Snyder. Facts. It's known facts. And you up there talking about you can't get done our brows. Stop it, bro. Stop it. If anything, if I'm Grambling State University, yeah, you heard it here first. I would take everything. If Doug is done with the school, well, we are done with you.
I got Doug jersey over there, Doug.
Hey, you need to take Doug jersey down. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you can't say you don't condone this, but you condone this.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good
look. So I bet you won't leave that Washington Commanders job.
It's not a good look.
Yeah,
we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how things evolve over the next few months, and but we'll see. So let's talk about some NBA, man.
Let's get it.
NBA All-Star Weekend was last weekend. Steph put on like a all-time great performance
in the first half.
Bro, he hit
16
threes, bro. I mean, he hit 15 in one half, bro. So he scored the second most all-time. Do you think Steph, with his 3 championships, is an all-time top 10 player right now?
No.
Okay.
No. I like what Steph has changed the game for us, shooting threes. But, I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, and the game itself has changed to where he can do that now. Mm-hmm. You can't play tough defense. You can't touch nobody. You can't get up in people's face. I mean, the game has changed. If we talking about modern-day basketball, yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, he'll be top 10 modern-day basketball. But if you're talking about all the time, nah. Modern day, yes. He might be even top 5 because of what he's done to change the game.
He changed the game, bro. Like, threes, this boy, it might not be broken again.
No, I mean, nobody's going to break that record again. I mean, he's going to put it far out there.
He's going to put it way out there, bro. Like, the dude still got at least another 7-8 years.
Yes. And the thing of it is, he's not, injuries can be the only thing that slow him down. But for the most part, he's going to put that record out there to he's going to be like, you know what? Don't even try, you know what I'm saying? Don't even try. And I think that's where, the game of basketball for me, with the age time I grew up in, that's shooting all like 13, 14, 15, 16 threes. You got guys out here shooting threes that shouldn't be shooting threes. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's a problem with the NBA. But I mean, somebody like Steph who can shoot, I don't mind him shooting that shot.
Well, you know what I'm saying? On the 2-on-1 fast break.
Yeah, and they put up 43. But like I said, to stay on topic, Me personally, nah, I don't think he's a top 10 all time great. But if you're talking about modern day right now, yes, he is.
I say he's probably top 20. Because, like I said, 3-time champion, 2-time back-to-back MVP, all-time 3 record. Like, it's hard to not put him in the top 20.
He'd be in my top 25. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's definitely hard not to put him in the top 20 easily.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a trendsetter. When you look at iconic people in any sport, what have they done to change the game? And Steph has changed the game with the 3-pointer.
But has he changed the game for better or for worse though?
The NBA is at an all-time high. It ain't like they're suffering.
Yeah, but
talent may be a little lacking, but
for me, the basketball they playing, man.
It's exciting, right? That's they're trying to sell tickets, man.
They
don't want 80, 85.
Yeah, they don't want.
In the early 90s. They don't want.
Nah, because early 90s they scored 120. You go back and watch them classics. They scored 100+ points back then. I just don't. I'm just an old head, old basketball dude that like basketball where you can play defense, you can put that elbow in their back, you ain't giving up 3-pointers. And two, today's basketball, the regular season don't matter.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, the regular season mattered.
Yeah, no
In
doubt.
old school basketball, the regular season mattered. Now, regular season don't matter no more. You just trying to play, get your legs up under you. Now, when you get to the playoffs, and then now you done added, playing games.
Yeah.
So guys just like, okay, hell, we can just sit here and just maintain, and if we can get to playing the game, we might can make some noise. So modern day, yeah, but I'm just a different dude. I like the old school basketball where you only let 8 people in. You got 8 spots, 8 people get in.
You like that old cat, man.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like these young
Hey,
boys,
look,
man.
no, don't get me wrong.
On,
The young dudes has made it exciting.
Yeah.
It's made it exciting, but man, you gonna play defense. Play defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm old head.
Yeah, so we're going to stick to the All-Star game, man. Every year, since the last 19 years, LeBron always makes news.
Without question.
For whatever he says, people run with it. They asked him about the Cleveland Cavaliers situation, and he said, I'm not going to close that door on the Cavaliers. He left the Cavaliers twice. If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, do you entertain that idea?
No. Because now you got to give up some of the pieces that you have got in place to help you be a championship team. Now you got to get rid of them to bring him back.
Okay.
And on top of that, if he want to play with his son, now you got to make a way to bring both of them back. Mm-hmm. If you try to get them, you see what I'm saying? So if I'm Cleveland, I'm like, no, you left twice. Mm. I'm not keep bringing you back, and then because guess what? You only may have like 1 or 2 more years by the time you get to us anyway.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to waste a spot the way I'm already got a pretty good nucleus in place. Jared Allen, all those other guys who
pieces.
They got some pieces. I'm not getting rid of my pieces just to satisfy you. Yeah. Like no, I done did that. You came back, you won. I had Kyrie. You got love. We won a championship. Right now, I'm sticking with what I have.
Yeah, if I'm LeBron, man, leave it in the past. Leave it to where you left at a good spot.
Yeah.
Right? You came back down 3-1, won a championship, first time in 68 years or something like that. Just let the past be the past.
Yeah.
Right? You moved to LA, your family's in LA, your son's, playing basketball, your daughter's, in various activities in LA. Just continue, just ride it out. Yeah. Like no need to be hopping teams. Going back to Cleveland. And if I'm Daniel Snyder, bro, like, I'm not doing it. Not Daniel Snyder,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Damn, the owner for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm him, like I say, I'm not giving up Garland and Sexton and,
Jared. All my pieces.
Like, you have a nice nucleus to build upon. Will you win a championship this year? Maybe, maybe not. But you're relevant. Because before, once Brian left, like, y'all was live every single year. So if I'm him, like I'm not even entertaining the idea.
Daniel Gilbert.
Would it be great for Cleveland? Yeah, it'd probably be a good buzz. But yeah, I wouldn't do it, bro. I wouldn't go back. And if I'm LeBron, why entertain that?
Well, I guess LeBron.
He just want he's a media, as I said, media whore as far as like just want attention.
Yeah, I'm like,
and that's why he probably brought it up, bro.
But that's the issue that I have with LeBron sometimes. And I'm a LeBron fan, but LeBron is like you begging for attention. Like, dude, you shouldn't have, being the guy that you are, and the time that you spend in the NBA, why you have to beg for attention?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, despite whether they say you great or not great, or people like you or don't like you, dude, you're a great basketball player.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing to prove. I don't care if you get the record for Kareem, the NBA all-time scoring leader, all of that. Dude, you proved that you are a great player.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to beg for attention. You know what I'm saying? You've done enough. You know, you've done enough. You're already in the history books of NBA.
Yeah.
So just let it be.
Facts.
Just let it be. Like you make what he's doing is he's forcing people in a conversation of, do we really like LeBron anymore?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or every event, it's always something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bro, why? Why? I mean, you're great.
Yeah.
You're great. You've proven that from high school to now that you are a great player. You're still averaging 25 plus a game.
Yep.
At almost 20 years.
Yes.
So why? Why? You still putting in buckets. You still giving your time. You still, so why?
Yeah.
You know, I don't get it. But hey.
So while we talking about Bronny, you know, he's always talked about he wanted to play his last year with Bronny. As a dad coaching his son right now, so it's a little bit of that different dynamic. Do you think LeBron is putting too much pressure on Bronny?
Man, you know, it would be good to see, but at the same time, how is everybody else gonna feel in the locker room?
Mm.
Like what it's gonna cost? Like depending on what team he goes to, even if he gets drafted, you know, because we don't know if he's gonna get drafted or not.
Right. He's just a junior.
He's just a junior. So what? Depending on what team, what is the pressure on the locker room?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're saying, whatever team Bronny goes to, you're asking a GM to figure out how can they bring LeBron in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In year like 22.
Exactly, like year 22. You know, and I'm like, well, bro, like, listen, why can't your son just be him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You can't get mad if other teammates get on your son.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't sit there and like, oh, that's my kid. See, that's why I don't think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's your teammate, but at the same time, he's your son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you coaching your son, you playing with your son.
Yeah.
And who to say that they're gonna give Bronny a lot of time?
Thanks.
It's just too many dynamics in that situation where a coach is gonna have to make the adjustment so that LeBron's son can play.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. Because you might have somebody on that team just as better than Bronny, and you making LeBron happy by playing his kid.
Facts.
But some dude who's sitting on the bench who is better, he gotta sit down because his son. Mm-hmm. I think LeBron need to leave that alone and just ride off to the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put so much pressure on it, and I wish he would have never mentioned it. Like if the reporter ever asked that question, be like, you know, I never know what the future gonna hold.
Yeah.
Right. So let it happen organically. To let it happen.
Yeah.
Right. Don't speak it into it. It's like you said. Now, Bronny may not be good to be a first round pick, and the team now may pick him in a first round pick just because.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you're putting a lot of pressure on Bronny these last couple years, and who knows, the NBA might change the rule where they can go from high school to NBA, or you know, keep it at least 1 year or 18 years old. But I wish he would have never talked about it and just let it happen organically, bro. Like just because now it's too much conversation. Now Bronny got to deal with the media maybe asking him how is it, you know, you're getting closer to, you know, making a decision what college you're going to. Well, how nice would it be to, you know, play, you know, with your dad? Like it's just so much pressure on him now.
And he's already got pressure.
Yeah,
because you LeBron James kid. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's what I respect about Mike. Mike, you never heard Mike say anything.
Yeah.
You never heard Mike say anything about his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other professional players, you never heard them say nothing about their kids. Even what's my man name? Used to play with the Knicks, the point guard. His son played with Orlando.
Greg Anthony.
Greg Anthony. A lot of these guys, They got kids who are playing in the NBA right now to this day, but they never said anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, LeBron, I get it. You want to play with your son. It would be a great thing. But at what cost?
Mm-hmm.
And at what cost to Bronny?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you're thinking about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Bronny never said, I want to play with dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why do that to this kid to where it's like, it's all about you?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I'm like, Bron, you're doing so much now, knowing that your career is winding down. But we can't tell because you're averaging 25 a game.
Yeah.
20 plus, you know.
You're looking good.
You're looking good. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you done had a drop off the way you went from 28, 29 to 10 or 11.
Yeah.
You still averaging 25 a game, 25 plus. So I'm like, Bron, why are you? It's just, to me, Bron is selfish. He's being selfish right now.
Yeah.
He's being selfish. And I think he needs to ease up a little bit, let his kid be a kid. Because he's taking the fun out of him. Because he, like I said, he already got pressure because he's your son.
Yeah.
So I just think he needs to back off a little bit.
Yeah, so this week, man, Klutch Sports, LeBron, they making a ton of news, the Lakers, man. Lakers are a mess. Like you said, the whole Cleveland talk. So Rich Paul, agent of LeBron, and a number of other Klutch clients that's with LA, met with the Laker brass, Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. And LeBron even came out here saying, you know, I'm committed to stand with the Lakers. What are your thoughts on, you know, Klutch not being happy with the Lakers?
Man, listen, first of all, when you got agents doing what they're doing, that's why they didn't stay in Miami. Because Pat Riley wasn't hitting for it. He wasn't going for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm the Lakers, I'm telling them the same thing.
Okay.
I'm telling them the same thing. Like, bro, listen. They signed a contract. They playing. If they're not happy, then we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But for you, Rich Paul, to think that, oh, well, I'm going to run this like I ran the things in Cleveland. Well, that's why it's always been bad blood with everywhere y'all went at.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, you the agent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, LeBron, you have enough cachet, you have enough experience. Anthony Davis, you've been in the league long enough as well to go in there and have a conversation with Pelinka and Jeannie Buss.
Mm-hmm.
Rich Paul shouldn't be saying nothing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're going to leave LeBron, you're going to leave.
Facts.
No matter how you look at it, AD, if you're going to leave, you're going to leave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? You all created this circus in LA because you picked the people that you wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think Ron Pelinka just picked everybody that he wanted. He picked the people that you wanted to satisfy your needs.
Yeah. And that's what you get with LeBron, right? You get the circus.
Yeah.
Right? You may get a championship out of it. You know, your team may spend more money than they probably want to. They probably bring in more veterans and not build long-term with some young, you know,
Exactly.
players. But that's what you get with LeBron, right? So when he came there 3 years ago, you knew what you were getting.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, like this should be not national news. It shouldn't be a surprise. You know what LeBron has done for his entire career. He uses his cachet. He uses his brand. He uses LeBron's name to get what he wants.
But this is the thing. Don't cry about it when the shit mess up.
Absolutely, and they're a total mess right now.
And that's the issue that I have with LeBron, Rich Paul, and all these other Klutch players. Because guess what? You asked for this.
Yeah.
You asked for this. Don't come to me. You need to play better. Mm-hmm. You need to have a meeting. You need to talk to Westbrook. You need to talk to Tucker and all these other guys and play better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? AD, you need to get the ground beneath your feet. AD just got bad luck.
That boy.
He got bad luck.
They said Charles Buck said Mr. Street Clothes.
Dog, he got bad luck. His body is failing him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are you doing in the offseason to build your body up? LeBron is building his body up in the offseason. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but to be honest, LeBron should not be saying nothing because you got these guys. DeMar DeRozan told y'all he wanted to come home.
Yeah.
He wanted to come to LA.
That was easy.
Okay, guess what? You get DeMar DeRozan, the 105s, the 101s, the 110s, the 108s that y'all losing by, guess what? You got you a scorer right there with you.
Bro, you can have DeRozan, Buddy Hield, right? I don't know if they were signed Caruso, but you got closers now.
Yes.
Right, and you ain't have Russell Westbrook spending $47 million. You could have said, all right, I'm going to sacrifice the 3 years and
Exactly.
get DeRozan. But this guy was willing to take a pay cut to come home.
And then Caruso wanted to take a pay cut to stay.
Yeah,
these are dirty work guys. These are guys like Caruso gets on the floor. He plays good defense.
He's scrappy.
He's a scrappy player. But you didn't want that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what you get. What y'all get right now is what y'all deserve.
But then too, a lot of people put a lot of this on Bron and AD for one Westbrook. But if Westbrook is half of what he is now, they may not be in the 9 spot. Right? Westbrook is just having a awful year.
Well, first of all,
way awful than normal.
Yeah, because the reason why Westbrook is doing that because he's playing with other people who can score and do certain things. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? When he was by himself, he was running the show. Mm-hmm. And he was on a team that didn't have no expectations. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. It's a difference. Is it like with Kevin Love? When Kevin Love was playing in Minnesota, there wasn't no expectation. Kevin Love was a baller. Yeah. When he went to Cleveland, bam. Chris Bosh.
They lost.
Exactly.
Well, that's the reason why.
Exactly. Chris Bosh, when he was in Toronto, was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah. He moved down to Miami with Bron and D-Wade. Guess what happened? He was an outside of 3-point. He didn't even want to rebound no more. Yeah. He said outside of the 3-point line and didn't move. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Westbrook by himself, he's good. Westbrook with others, it just don't work for him. Yeah. It just don't work. Yeah, so
they probably in jeopardy of not making the playoffs.
And
I don't think they're not gonna be out of the play-in, but they in jeopardy of not making the playoffs.
And the bad thing about it is, Frank Vogel's gonna take the heat for it.
Oh, he's gonna be
the scapegoat.
He's gonna be fired.
Yeah, he's gonna be the scapegoat.
He's gonna be fired. But that's enough about the Lakers. You know, I don't know why. Like Big Perk said on man, why are they on TV?
Exactly.
Man? Why we keep talking about? But you know, the Lakers are the Lakers, LeBron is LeBron. That's what's gonna always happen. But you know, let's move to the 76ers, man. Embiid made some news this week. He reached out to Ben Simmons before the trade. Then there was another report came out that you know he wanted the Bradley Beal trade before the Harden trade. Mm-hmm. And looking at Harden last night, 27-12. What do you think about the pair of Harden and Embiid going forward? Sixers, I believe they're in the 1 seed.
Yeah, something like that.
So what do you think long term? Can they win the championship? Can they come out the East?
I think they can come out the East, but the thing of it is, can
actually Miami is the 1 seed, Philly 3.
Okay, so with them being the 3 seed, I think they can come out the East. The problem gonna be is can James Harden play in the playoffs? The past couple years he's been hurt. Okay. Hamstrings. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you got bad hamstrings, what you gonna do? Now last night was the first game. Minnesota is a pretty good team, but they're a Jekyll and Hyde team. Yeah, they some games they play great, and some games they look like, man, why are these dudes on the floor? Because they got talent. They got a lot of talent. It's just that they're inconsistent. Yeah. But for as Philly go, if James Harden can stay healthy, Embiid can stay healthy, and they spread the ball around and they move the ball around like they did last night, then they got a chance. But at the end of the day, it's going to depend on can James Harden bring that same intensity and that same kind of play in the playoff, or he's going to be injured on the sideline.
Yeah. I mean, Harden is big time. We know that. But like I said, the last few years, he's been hurt a lot when it mattered most, playoffs. Mm-hmm. And this has put up a shutout for James. Yep. Right. It's time to stop the moping because you don't like who you on your team and the whole situation, something off the court. Just like it's time to put up a shutout, though. You see, he's an elite talent, 27-12. And Embiid's like this, the most open space I've had in my whole entire career. Yeah. So it's gonna be must-see TV. The playoffs is gonna be good. I think. Once New York changed that mandate for the vaccination. Brooklyn. Yeah. I think Kyrie will make a difference. KD healthy. Ben Simmons is like he's close to making his return. Mm-hmm. So the East is going to be very, very interesting, man. Come down the stretch, man. So I'm definitely looking forward. Yeah. So let's talk about the Phoenix Suns, man. Chris Paul broke his thumb, fractured his thumb right before the All-Star break. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. What do you think? Can the Suns hold off to the number 1 seed without Chris Paul?
They're gonna need the same kind of play they've been getting. Like when I saw them play last night, even though they played Oklahoma City a couple of nights ago. I think Monty Williams does a great job of having his players ready to play and understanding the situation. Now, what Bridges, Holiday, Booker, this is Booker's time. This is Booker's time. This is Aiden time to show that, okay, yeah, our number one guy is down, but guess what? We're gonna keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And this gonna show a lot about their character and about who they are as basketball players. Because really, with him out, Booker is the leader. Booker is the leader, and can Booker sustain his play for the next 2 months? And the good thing is, I'm glad they got Holiday, because now Booker really don't have to handle the ball 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they do have some things in their favor where they can handle the ball and do the things that they need to do, and he can still get his points. Aiden, this is where the men in the inside can step up and do what they got to do.
Yeah.
And if they continue to play the way they playing, I think they still get the 1 seed. They just got to realize, like, hey, if they do, then it helps them.
Yeah.
It helps them a lot. So I think they can maintain that. I think with the way Monty Williams is coaching, you know, they can maintain.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a blessing in disguise, honestly, because now you're going to get a healthy Chris Paul come playoff time.
Yes.
Right? They got a 6-game lead. I don't see them losing that 6-game lead. You only got, 23, 22 games left in the regular season. So if they can get a healthy Chris Paul coming to the playoffs, I got them coming out of the West.
And his legs will be fresh.
Yeah, legs will be fresh.
Yeah.
You know, because Chris Paul always has some fluke injury in his past, coming up in the playoff for whatever reason. But I think this is more of a blessing than anything to get a fresh Chris Paul going into the playoffs.
And let's be honest, it happened early. Because this is the injury that he normally would get maybe the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and devastation, bro. But, you know, we're going to see how the playoffs, like, this is going to be an exciting 20-something games left in the NBA playoffs. The NBA with the play-in tournament, so it's going to be crazy. So let's move down, man. Let's go down to New Orleans, man. The New Orleans Pelicans. JJ Redick, you know, we know Zion has not played so far this season, broken foot. They talk about he may have another surgery on his foot. CJ McCollum got traded to the Pelicans. They say All-Star break, he hadn't heard and talked to Zion. Zion's the face of the team. Then J.J. Redick, you know, former New Orleans Pelican, his last season. What do you think about J.J. Redick's comments about Zion?
Zion's a selfish dude.
Okay.
Like first of all, dude, your first season, you don't come in ready. And I have an issue with players like Zion, because even you can't, you know it's a draft. Period. You know it's a draft. You know, and at the end of the day, whether you want to be there or not, it's a draft. You get drafted there. You know, and guess what? You play. They're paying you to play. You're getting a check. Now, you don't have to sign the extension.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because most players like Zion and Harden, you can force your way out. You can get out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, NBA players.
You can get out.
Stars get out.
Yeah, stars can get out whenever they want to. But in Zion case, dude, what you haven't proven anything. What you have proven is you don't take care of your body.
Yeah.
And what you have proven is you stay hurt all the time.
Facts.
But when you playing, you get buckets. You get buckets. You when you're playing, you get buckets.
Yeah.
But the issue that I have with him, whether you don't want to be in New Orleans or not, you still have to give the effort and play. You still have to play. There's a lot of people that got drafted certain places they didn't want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they still go play, and then they just don't sign an extension.
Yep.
But the way you're doing it is you don't even talk to your teammates.
Yeah,
Look, that to me, that's a kid.
And he training in Portland.
That's what I'm saying. You put a kid move. That to me, that's a selfish. That's one of the people where you selfish. You want people to kiss your butt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't blame the Pels for anything. Look, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna trade you. But we're not going to trade you to New York where you really want to go so you can get all them endorsements. No, we're going to trade you where we want you to go. Yeah. So either you're going to play or we're going to send you where we want you to go because we're going to get some compensation for you.
Yeah, I mean, I was, shocked by the comments with JJ, but, I'm not surprised. Dude, 21 now.
Yeah.
Right? He's still a young kid. I don't know who's advising him, honestly. You have to be a professional, even though you may not want to be in a situation.
But you got drafted there. That's the problem.
You still have to be a professional, coming in shape, because you won't last long in the NBA.
Not him.
But if your weight continue to be an issue, you can continue to gonna get hurt on the lower end because your legs can't handle all that weight. It has to be, like you said, Somebody got to be an adult in the room.
Exactly.
Somebody got to say, look, bro, 24/7, you're going to have a chef. We're going to have a personal trainer with you everywhere you go. You go on vacation, we got a personal trainer with you. Somebody has to be that adult in the room to get him right. Because clearly he's not doing it himself.
He's not.
Right? And I don't like not training with your team.
Yeah.
Right? Like training away in Portland, you're not around the guys, you're not building a camaraderie, and not reaching out to CJ. That's not CJ's job to call him.
Exactly.
Right? Zion, you're the face of the team. You should have been calling CJ as soon as the trade was made. Right? So it's just a bad look on the Pels and the face of the team, and it kind of leads to our next segment where we like to go fair or foul.
Yes, sir.
So the Pelicans sent out their yearly email to the season ticket holders for marketing, and Zion wasn't on it. Fair or foul, D-Spring?
Fair for me.
Okay.
Guess what? You're not here. You never been here.
Mm.
You damn near only played, one season? You know what I'm saying? Since you signed the contract, you only damn near played one season.
Yeah.
So why I'm going to put you on you're not in my plans.
Okay.
You're just not.
So you saying he's not in the plans?
No, if I'm the Pels, see, this is where organizations need to realize. If you got somebody like Zion, who is just like, he's distanced.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be there, guess what? We're gonna find somebody for you.
Thanks.
I mean, it don't need for me to put you on the season marketing tickets and all of that, because guess what? You don't want to be here.
Because the reports came out, he was frustrated with David Griffin.
For what? What you frustrated for? You're not playing.
Yeah.
You're not playing. You're not even available. You across the country.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You're across the country.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even down here training with the guys. You're not even having talks with the guys. You're somewhere across the world.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And you might have to have a second surgery.
Yeah, they might as well just shut him down for the year, bro. This whole expectation he might come back.
For what?
Bro, he's not coming back, though.
That dude is not. The dude doesn't want to be in New Orleans. But this is the thing, Zion. You got drafted there.
Mm-hmm.
If there's plenty of people, who the hell want to get drafted and go to Green Bay? You know what I'm saying? I don't care how great Green Bay football. Who you got drafted there? Mm-hmm. So you might well do your time and say, you know what? I don't want to sign an extension.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you got drafted. That's the difference. It's not like somebody traded you there and all that. You got drafted there. Play your time. Do what you got to do. And like you said, with your feet, dude, you having operations on your feet. That's your moneymaker. For a big guy his size, that's your moneymaker.
Yeah.
That is your moneymaker. So for him, you better do something fast, or you won't be in the NBA.
Yeah, he's trending in the wrong direction.
You know who he sound like me?
What?
Bowie.
Oh, Sam Bowie?
Sam Bowie.
Mm.
Sam Bowie. He couldn't get his feet right. He couldn't get them right.
Mm.
He couldn't get them right.
Yeah.
So guess what? Zion's going to end up that way if he doesn't change up what he does.
Yeah, he got to get better shape. I think hopefully he knows that, but like I said, it got to be people around him, man, to right the ship, because you might not make it to the second contract.
No.
Right, because he's eligible for a contract extension this offseason.
I'm not paying him.
Yeah, if I'm the Pels, I'm letting him ride it out. You can always match the offer. I need to see more out of Zion.
Hey, Zion, if I'm the Pels, I'll holler at you.
Yeah, it's definitely fair. You can't market around somebody that don't want to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah, he hasn't proved that he want to be there. And it just shows, like training in Portland, bro. Like, why?
And like we said, look at Brandon Ingram. He left L.A. They traded him from L.A. to New Orleans.
That's the best thing
and guess what?
His career.
Not knowingly, I don't live in New Orleans, but you haven't heard Brandon Ingram say anything.
Yep.
He just go out there and play every night.
Play every night, bro.
That's an unselfish player.
Okay.
And they sent him. He'd be like, look, I ain't playing with the Pels. I'm gonna sit out. Mm-hmm. He could have easily did that.
He could be bitching and complaining.
He could be even CJ. He could have been complaining like, man, you sent me from Portland, New Orleans. Are y'all serious? We ain't winning in Portland either, but you sent me to New Orleans.
That's an upgrade.
Exactly. So, but what I'm saying is they're going out there doing their job,
and they got something too, bro. If you can get Zion back healthy, playing at the 25 and 10, you got Bi, you got CJ.
and you got Ingram.
And you got some nice
Yeah.
Surrounding players, Valanciunas giving you 12 and 10.
You got players.
You got some pieces in there, dog.
And I just don't get it. Like these a lot of these new guys, these young guys who coming into the league now, they're, oh man, I don't want to play because I'm in this city. Well, look at Memphis. Ja making the best out of that.
Yeah, Ja making it happen, boy.
He making the best. Now I hope he's doing well. He had a bad, bad hip injury, hip flexor,
he came
bad
back
step.
and played, but that shit,
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked bad. But I hope he's getting better. But Ja went to Memphis. Who wanted to go to Memphis?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But Memphis knew we got us a superstar. Let's build around him.
Yeah, right.
They brought people in, and he took his lumps.
Yep.
Zion, oh no, I came from Duke, so I need to play here. Or I need to be over here. No, bro. You got drafted to New Orleans. Do what you got to do, bro.
Yeah. You got to get right. So our last topic before we get out of here, man. Juwan Howard out here slap-boxing people, man. University of Michigan head coach, basketball coach Juwan Howard got suspended 5 games for slapping the assistant head coach for the University of Wisconsin. What's your thoughts on the length of the suspension?
I think the length of it was right. Suspending the last 5 games of the season. First of all, the coach should have never grabbed Juwan, and Juwan never should have grabbed him. That's just period. Now, I understand, like, Juwan is having a bad season, but at the end of the day, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. You can't do it. I mean, I know you mad because he called a timeout and all of that, but Juwan, it's basketball, bro. It's basketball. People gonna do you've been around the game a long time.
Yeah.
You know people are gonna do that. You've been in a situation where probably your coach done called a timeout and felt some kind of way. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's been a long year. Yeah. And it's been a frustrating year for Juwan because a lot of his guys left last year and went to the league, and he is not having the season that he expected. Mm-hmm. So I think that's part of it, and I think that you just gotta back away from that. Yeah. You just gotta back away from it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, bro, he got off easy. I would have suspended his ass for the rest of the season.
He did.
He'd have been NIT if they'd have made NIT, or if they go into the Big Ten tournament. Wow. Bro, that could have easily escalated into the stands. Somebody could have got hurt, right? And we teach these student athletes to be respectful of their teammates, fight through adversity, right? To slap them on the hand and be like, oh, you only get 5 games, that's nothing, right? Like, if you really, truly, if I'm University of Michigan or either Big Ten wanted to truly send a message, suspend him for the whole entire year to the end of the season. He'd have been coming back in the fall. But to slap him on the wrist for 5 games, it's like it really didn't even happen.
Well, I mean, 5 games is enough, man. I mean, there's a lot of other coaches. Bobby Knight threw chairs and all that other stuff.
But we're not in the Bobby Knight era.
Yeah, right? But at the end of the day, I think 5 games is enough. I like the other dude should have never walked up and grabbed Juwan either.
Did he really grab him, or did he just put his hand on him?
Don't touch me.
As they face-to-face talk.
Listen, don't touch me.
But dog, come on, bro. I can see if Juwan would have slapped him right when they were face-to-face.
No, he slapped the assistant coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you had a problem with the guy touching you, slap him right then and there. Don't wait till people get between you and you reach and swinging. Right? Like, come on.
Well, he was walking through the...
Man, come on, dog. Bro, you got 20 people in front of you reaching over the top slapping.
Hey, look, I'm 6'11". I can do that.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're going to have a problem with somebody slapping you, slap his hand down right then and there.
Yeah.
Don't wait till people and the players and not everybody. It's a fracas.
Well, it's going to be a fracas anyway. I think 5 is good enough, man. And he got fined 40 racks. So at the end of the day...
Man, he probably making fucking damn $1 million.
I don't care how much. Listen, you don't give up 40. I don't care if I'm making $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. 40,000? Nah, bro.
And he coming off the NBA check. You making all that damn money.
I don't care. 40,000. I'm not trying to take 40,000 out my account to get no food because I did something stupid.
Yeah, that was like my opinion, though.
Yeah. He got it for 5.
He should be thinking like, Jesus Christ, I only got 5 games.
Yeah, it could have got bad for him.
Right, it could have spilled in the stands.
Yeah, it could have. But it's cool. He got 5. I hope he learned his lesson. I'll be surprised if he does anything else. I think it's gonna be a cancellation. I think he still has his job. I think he still
Yeah, he gonna keep
still
the
be coach.
job.
But I just think that if he has any more incidents, I think it's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a great show.
Yes, sir.
Another one in the books. I want to thank Bruce Eugene for always coming on the show, giving us the goods.
Yes, sir.
You heard the passion. Being a former Grambling football player, Grambling night, he said he bleeds black and gold. I bleed the same. I even got the joint tatted on me, so you know how I roll. But yeah, man, it was a great show. We missed two of the fellas. You know, condolences to James Davis and his family.
Yeah,
man.
condolences, bro.
Kyrie Key, he out here in these streets. He done what Kyrie Key do. Shout out to Bryce. Hope they won their game today.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras happening in the city this weekend, and then Fat Tuesday coming up.
Oh, the great thing is back. You know, the pandemic really put a damp on a lot of stuff that New Orleans have going on. I never been to Mardi Gras, but I heard it's crazy down there.
They said mask. What mask? The PG County is dropping the mask on Monday.
Oh, I mean, you know, man, it's at the point now. It's like, look, some people gonna still wear the mask. Some people ain't gonna wear the mask.
Yep.
Look, it is what it is. Even with the kids in school, some gonna wear the mask. Some not gonna wear the mask.
Yep.
You know, I just hate that when people say I want to see my kids smile. You see your kids smile when you get up in the morning. That's the craziest thing I've heard. I want to see my kids smile. Well, you don't see them in the morning when they get up and brush their teeth.
That's the most important part, to be safe.
Exactly. Man. But just be safe and like I said, people take care of yourself. You know your limitations. You know what goes on in your household and how you want your household to be ran, and that's just the bottom line to it.
Yeah. All right, fellas, we out of here. Baby.
Yes, sir. Yo, Bruce pissed off.
Yeah, he wanted that job.
Nah, but don't get